Watch this. I'm going to type one sentence. Make it a sunset orange running shoe with a matte finish and an orange sole. And the 3D model rebuilds itself. New color, new finish, orange sole, and the price just updated with it. Add to cart. This isn't a toy. This is the exact pattern behind Nike by You, car configurators, and furniture stores. And I'm going to build it and ship it in the next 10 minutes. Hey, so most 3D configurator tutorials are click a swatch, pick a dropdown. Useful, but kind of boring. What we're building today is different. You literally talk to the product, and the AI reshapes it from a single sentence. Color, material, finish, accents, all live, all in 3D, with a real price and a real add to cart. And because we're driving it with natural language through Vercel's agent stack, it doubles as a blueprint for building any agentic web app. I'll show you the magic, then peel back exactly how it works. And there's a bonus at the end where we let it generate entirely custom configs, safely. Stick around for that. Okay, the foundation is the 3D layer. We're using React 3 Fiber v9 on top of Three.js with the drei helpers. Next.js 16, App Router, React 19, all fresh out of the box. React 3 Fiber gives us a declarative canvas, and drei gives us the nice-to-haves, environment lighting, orbit controls so the viewer can drag to rotate, contact shadows. This is what makes it look premium instead of like a 1998 video game. But here's the part that makes AI control even possible. Our GLB model was authored with named swappable parts: upper, sole, laces, accent. We load it with drei's useGLTF, which hands us the model's nodes and materials, and then we bind each named part to a single config object in React state. So if I want to change the sole color, I just change one value in state, and React 3 Fiber re-renders just that piece. That's the whole trick. We're not generating new geometry. We're swapping properties on slots that already exist. Over in Chrome, I opened React DevTools and select our GLB shoe component. And there's the config prop, our single source of truth, sitting right in the inspector. I'll change upper's color, and the upper recolors instantly. Now sole's color, and the sole follows. I changed two values in state, and only those two pieces updated. No reload, no new geometry. That's the exact contract the AI is about to drive. Step 1, done. Before the AI, we need the reason this is a product configurator and not a tech demo. Price and cart. Every material and finish has a cost. Matte is a few bucks more than glossy. Glow sole adds a premium. We keep that in a simple price table, and a use memo recomputes the total whenever the config changes. So the second our config changes, by hand or by AI, the price follows automatically. That's step 2 of 7. We're rolling. Now the differentiator, the AI layer. A visitor types a sentence into the prompt box, which is built on the Chat SDK. That hits an API route, which talks to the Vercel AI Gateway and comes back through the AI SDK with tool calls that mutate our 3D scene. Here's why the AI Gateway is the move here. It's one endpoint, and behind it sit hundreds of models. I don't hardcode any single one. I point at the gateway, pick whatever model fits the job, and swap it later by changing one string. I get failover, budgets, and monitoring for free. No lock-in and no rewriting code when something better ships. Then the AI SDK, stream text from the AI package, drives the call, streaming the reply back so the UI feels instant, and crucially, tool calling. And the part the customer actually touches, that prompt box, the streaming replies, the conversation state in between, that's the Chat SDK. It handles the chat UI and streaming, so we don't wire any of that by hand, which frees us to focus on what makes this app special, the tool calls. Now, why tool calling and not just asking the AI to spit out some JSON or, heaven forbid, generate 3D geometry? Because tools give us discrete property swaps. The AI calls selector, set material, clean, typed actions against our existing slots. No hallucinated, broken meshes. It's the difference between describe a color and invent a shape. This is what makes it production grade. So let's define those tools. We've got 4: set color, set material, set finish, and set accent. Each one takes typed parameters: which slot, what value, validated with a ZOD schema so the AI can't send us garbage. And applying a tool is just a pure function. Apply tool call takes the config and the tool call, validates it, and returns a new config. The client's onTool call pushes that into state, which cascades automatically into the 3D render and the price. One source of truth. The AI doesn't touch drei.js directly. It talks to our clean little state contract. The system prompt is short but important. We tell the model it has these tools. We list the valid values it can pass, and we tell it to use them to build what the customer asked for. That's it. 4 tools, 1 prompt. Step 4, done. Real quick, drop a comment. If you ship this tomorrow, what product would you configure first? Shoes, watches, furniture? I'm genuinely curious what you'd pick. Now, the magic moment. Let's wire it end to end. Matte blue leather with red sole and a chrome accent. Watch the tool calls come back in sequence. Each one lands and updates exactly the right slot. The AI isn't guessing at geometry. It's making crisp, validated edits to a model it understands. And because it's streaming, the customer sees the shoe come together live. That's the whole app. 3 layers: a swappable 3D model, a price and cart state, and an AI tool calling brain on top. That's step 5. We're past halfway. Now, where this runs matters. This is a long-lived streaming AI request with real active CPU. A normal serverless function would time out or freeze. So we run the AI route on Vercel Fluid Compute. It's built exactly for this: active CPU and provision memory for AI workloads. So the stream stays alive as long as it needs to. The 3D assets are heavy. That .glb is a big file. So the edge network serves it close to every visitor, wherever they are. And for the parts that are images, product photos, thumbnails, any image you render with Next.js's image component, image optimization transforms and compresses them on the fly and caches them at the edge, so the UI stays crisp without bloating the payload. And it's worth knowing the pedigree here. Next.js was created by Guillermo Rauch, who founded Vercel. So the framework and the platform are built for each other. This is the stack in its natural habitat. Last step, let's ship. I've got the Vercel plugin running inside Claude Code, installed with one line: npx plugins add Vercel/Vercel plugin. Now it's a single / command, /Vercel deploy prod, and the build and deploy happen right here in the terminal. Build's done. Here's our production URL. And there it is, live on the internet. Same magic, real domain, ready for customers. That's all 7 steps, from a blank Next.js app to a deployed, AI-driven 3D product configurator. Remember that bonus I teased? Letting the AI go beyond our fixed presets? Here's how you do that safely. So far, the AI has been stuck on our 4 fixed tools, safe by construction, but locked to what we hard-coded. What if you wanted it to go off script, generate a one-off effect, real code you didn't write? You can't run AI-generated code in your own app. That's a security nightmare. That's what Vercel Sandbox is for: an isolated, ephemeral micro VM that runs that code and hands back only the result, so your app stays untouched. Presets for reliability, a sandbox for going off script, and it's the step almost every demo skips. Quick, honest aside, this one took me a good while to research and put together, testing the 3D layer and the tool calling edge cases so you don't have to. If it saved you some time, a like or subscribe genuinely helps other devs find it. I'd really appreciate it. Notice what's actually happening here. There's no color picker, no material dropdown, just words, and the product rebuilds itself every single time. This is what shopping looks like when it listens to you. So, quick recap. We built a swappable 3D model with React 3 fiber, wired a price and cart layer, added an AI brain through the AI Gateway and AI SDK with tool calling, ran it on Fluid Compute, and shipped it to production. And one concept worth tucking away before you go. If your configurator ever needs more than a single term, configure the product, check it stays inside a budget, then finalize the cart, that multi-step agent flow is exactly what Vercel workflow is built for. Worth a look if your use case outgrows what we built today. Thanks so much for watching.